Good evening, welcome to the Professor Maima show. Hope you are doing well wherever watching me from around the world. Please subscribe, share and like this video. So this is the first day of January 2025. So I want to wish you a new year and a prosperous 2025 wherever you're watching me from around the world, isn't it? So this word I checked in the dictionary, it's called hope. So hope means, this according to the dictionary, I believe that something desired will happen. I believe that something desired will happen. So you want to wish something desired will happen. Maybe you want to get it's called maybe a new job. You want to get a pay increment. Maybe you want to travel outside this country. You hope for a passport to be processed. Here, in Kenya, passports take ages. Or you want to get a visa in that new country you want to visit. Maybe you're doing farming, maybe it's called poultry farming, or you are doing vegetable farming, and you're hoping to get a contract to supply, isn't it? So all that is about hope. So that's why I want to read something to you from the good book. Today I want to read for you something from the good book. The good book, as I was saying, is from Romans chapter 15, verse is what? Romans chapter 15, verse 13. Romans chapter 15, verse 13. So we want to read for you. Now may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing that you may abound in hope by the Spirit of the Holy Spirit. I repeat again. This is Romans chapter 15, verse 13. Now may the Lord of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing that you may abound in hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. One more time. That is Romans chapter 15, verse 13. Now may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing that you may abound in hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. So this was talking about hope. Hope is everything in 2025. Yes, hope is everything in 2025. So there's this hope that, in my view, most Kenyans, me included, taxpayers, young Gen Zs, if you have not gotten a job, you're not yet a taxpayer. Although your parents or your guardians pay on behalf of you. So as a taxpayer of Kenya, my hope is that the government will change course and remove all these taxes on Kenyans, whether it's the housing levy, shisha, I don't know, for the health care. Imagine it's called the housing levy. They tax you, you bid for someone else's house, who may 9 out of 10 not afford that house, which means they'll sell it to someone else who may be just buying the houses in wholesale to sell to other people. So it's like more of a syndicate. The best hope would have been government gives land to private developers, and then they build that land, beautiful houses, and after they've created jobs for these young Gen Zs or young people, they can start renting the house and own them. The rent becomes like mortgage because the government has sorted out all issues with the developer. That's my hope. Another hope, as the good book says, it's about having a good life. Everyone wants to have a good life in this country. No one wants to be poor. We hope that the Kenyan government can create jobs, they have said, create security by having a police service, not a police force that injures and maims people. It's all about hope. So like you, young man watching me or woman, you are a graduate, or you are skilled and skilled, you have basic education, maybe dropped out of school. So what's your hope? Your hope is for a better tomorrow, but your pockets are, how do I say? Your pockets have holes in them. Metaphorical means there's no money. Because there's no money coming in. It's as if you have torn pockets. So what do? You look at the talent and skills that you have, and number one, can it solve people's problems? Isn't it? Once you solve people's problems, you're able to gain something. Maybe maybe masonry, maybe is called what, electrician, or maybe you have no, you go and learn culinary skills, baking cakes, cooking. Then you go and maybe work as an apprentice to someone, one way. Or you look around, uh, something you can do as youth groups. That's the starting point. Another hope is the Kenyan Gen Zs to know that the way the things are, routes won't take them anywhere, demonstrations, because the other ones failed. They were hoping to create a buzz like the other Gen Z routes, but you saw what happened. Uh, it did not materialize. So maybe their hope is this. The hope is that they need to organize themselves, go back into their spaces, talk to the government and say this is what we want, have their own junior parliament that's funded by the government, so that they can develop their issues and also contribute ideas to the country. That's the hope. Another hope is that the government can make people investing in this country better. That's the hope. So that people can start businesses. We hope that the energy cost in the country go down, isn't it? And also, it's also my hope as the Gen Zs organize themselves politically, get money from the government for their junior parliament. They also register as voters, so that in the next election, they can elect more of their own into powers and push their agenda. So me, as a lecturer, my hope is that the education, higher education university will be reformed. The government will just now wake up from its slumber, realize people cannot afford education in this country. People don't have money. Because even the ones who had, they're so overtaxed, and it's the hope that those taxes are removed so that people are free to spend money. You cannot be overtaxing people to develop a country. So back to higher education. It's my hope that they review the funding model so that education is free. Higher education is free, so that people who score a certain grade in public universities get free education, free hostels. The ones who don't qualify go to HELB, which is now more will be more of a bank. Then there will also be another category who can join and learn through online learning, hybrid. There's so many people in this country and outside Kenya who have money, but they don't have the time to sit in a classroom. They don't have that time. They're chasing the mullah, the Benjamins. But if you tell them they can learn online and only be coming for an exam, there'll be a game. They'll come. Even you can have centers in neighboring countries, public universities. And this will bring, so public universities will move on from just being borrowers, beggars, to money generators and contributors to the Kenyan economy. Those are my hope. Also, my hope is the police service to be reformed so that it become more of a service. They get good equipment, they get better salaries, better training to help the young to serve Kenyans. Because we are the bosses, we pay the taxes. We are not like, how can I say, we are not their enemy, and they know it. But they know they just have an issue in the system that they can be solved. They know their problems. So that's the hope. So my hope for you is watching me that if you have an idea, develop it. Maybe it's content creation like me. My hope is that in the next few years, this channel grows into thousands of subscribers, and then we move to the next level. We even have podcasts where we talk of issues. We develop solutions to problems on this channel, isn't it? So that's my hope, that this one day becomes a podcast, a big one, where people can share ideas, listen, comment. Because the days of people sitting in one corner are over. The world now is virtual. You can be speaking with someone in America, in Uganda, in Mombasa, in Kisumu. That's what we are talking about. That's the hope. That word hope. That's what I'm saying. Hope is everything in 2025. Yes. So this is the Professor Maima Show. I want to pray for you that you achieve all your dreams and goals. I also pray for myself to achieve my dreams and goals. And as I always say, gwaheri ya kuonana, gwaheri. And keep on supporting, subscribing to this channel so that we grow as a group and achieve our goals. Just like the good book says, everything is about hope. Gwaheri ya kuonana, gwaheri.